Hello and welcome to Cooking with Wanda. It's been a while since I've made a video, so today I decided I wanted to come home and I had a taste for some Asian food. So I had this thin cut of beef from the weekend, so I decided I'm gonna cook this. I'm gonna make some pepper steak and some fried rice. So here we go. I normally would like to have some rice on hand, but I've been on travel, so I haven't really been cooking. So I'm going to have to make some fresh rice today. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to add my water to my pan. This is about 2 cups of water. Hope everyone can see. I'm trying out this new camera that I got. And to the 2 cups of water, I'm going to try to bring that water to a boil. I turn it on high heat. I put a little salt in there just to help the boiling process. And I will cover it to bring it to a boil. Next, because I use 2 cups of water, I'm going to use like 1.5 cups of rice. Hopefully this is enough because I thought I was just going to be cooking for myself. Then I got a call from my daughter. So I'm sure she's going to want to eat also. And she have a tendency to bring others with her. So then I'm gonna wash this rice off in this bowl. And as you can see, the water with the rice is going to turn cloudy. You need to wash it a couple of times, preferably about 3 times until the water is clear. So I'll pour this water out. I know that. And I'll put more water in here. I'm going to do, what you'll see here is the items that I'm going to be adding to my fried rice. Actually, I'm going to do my broccoli separate, but with my beef I'm going to have my bell pepper and my onion. I'll cook those together along with my spring onions. And then with my rice, I'm going to add some mixed vegetables, some bean sprouts, some eggs, and a few onions to my fried rice to give it some flavor. And then once I finish my beef with the broth, that's what I'll use on top of my rice. And I have my broccoli on the side as a vegetable. there's some people who doesn't um, rinse their rice off. It's your preference. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Actually, it's according to, like, a lot of times it's according to the dish and how much time I have. But it's always best to rinse off your rice if you are not in a hurry, like a lot of times I am, and just to get off a lot of this extra off of the rice. But if you can tell, the water is getting clearer and clearer as I rinse the rice. It's not as cloudy as it is at the beginning stage. And for you that are heart healthy, watching, your calories and things like that, actually rinsing the rice is better for you. I know it's been a while since I've been up here because, trust me, you hear I have a cold right now, but I've been like traveling. I've been to the beaches and hanging out with my friends and everything. And I just haven't really been cooking a whole lot. I have been making a few dishes and just taking pictures. As you can see, my water has come to a boil. So the only thing I'm going to do right now is I'm going to add my rice to this boiling water. And I hope everyone can see this because I have my camera on a stand. So adding my rice. Okay, and I'll stir this rice. What I'll let you guys see is that when you're cooking rice, you actually supposed to make sure that the water that you're cooking the rice in covers the rice completely. Maybe about a couple of inches over the rice. And as you can see, mine is. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the fire down under my rice. Turn it down to a low heat. I'm going to place my lid back on my rice. And I'll just let that cook. And that's probably going to cook. I'll let it cook. I'll check on it, but I'll let that cook until all of the water cooks out of it. And that my rice, like I say, I always like for my rice to be able to be separated by the kernels. Nice and firm pieces of rice. So now while my rice is cooking, the first thing that I need to do is I wash my vegetables. I actually washed the bell pepper with a little tag on it. So I'll take that off. But I washed my vegetables. And what I'm going to do now is season the meat on the side. And like I say, you can get any type of beef, pork, chicken. My daughter purchased this weekend. So, and we didn't use it, so I decided that this is what I was going to do. To make it easier, I'm going to wash this meat. bowl that I have my rice in. Wash this. Okay. Wash the cutting board. And this is about 6 slices, thinly sliced pieces of beef. So it won't cook, it won't take it long. You know how I like my 45-minute meals in the evenings once I get off work. So what I'll do is, now you can see I washed the meat. And I'm going to actually stack these because they're so thin to save some time while I cut them. I'm going to prepare this meat in like little strips. Actually, I'm going to cut it once. Okay. And I'm going to add it to my bowl. This is a very easy meal, like most of the things that I cook, because I don't have a lot of time when I get home from work, so I try to prepare things that's going to be pretty quick. I'm going to wash my hands after handling this meat. I'm going to wash this bowl again. Okay. Now, I am going to add, let's see what how I'm going to put it. I'm going to add a little Worcestershire salt. How about I add a little olive oil. Just like a tablespoon of olive oil. I'm going to put a dash of Worcestershire sauce. All of this is for flavoring. I have, oh, you know what? I have soy sauce. Yeah. Add a little soy sauce. Not too much, because soy sauce is, we're going to probably add some soy sauce at the end of the dish. And I added to some of my rice, so I'm not going to add that much to my beef. And I have here in the cabinets what's called a Chinese 5 spice. I'm going to put a little bit in here. garlic powder. Stir it around and make sure that all the meat gets some of those seasonings on them. I have a little onion powder. Got some chopped onion. And you gotta bear with me because I was cooking this weekend and I took a lot of my seasonings with me on my trip. So they're not like easily accessible to me like they would be had I not taken them with me. Okay, I guess I'll be leaving the onion powder out because I don't see it right now. Let's see, chopped onion. I'm gonna add just a little adobo. Okay. And now that's just about it for the seasoning for the meat right now. Okay. What I'm going to do is, let me see, which pan am I going to use for this? I guess I'll use my good old cast iron black pan. And I'll turn the fire on that so it can be getting hot. So I can put my meat in here. And I guess while that's sitting, waiting for my pan to get hot, I'll chop up my vegetables. This Chinese 5 spice is a really nice seasoning when you're doing Chinese dishes. It kind of has like all of the spices that would normally be in a Chinese dish all in one. And it smells really good. It smells really good. Okay. So what I'm going to do, because we're going to do peppers and onions with our beef, once this gets done, I'm going to cut up my onion. When I'm making pepper steak, I kind of like my onions to be a little thick. So I'm not going to cut these too small. I'm going to have a nice size to my onion and my peppers. I'm pretty much just going to cut down the middle, sit it on the side, and it's going to be about this thick. That's my onion. And I'm only using one medium-sized onion. If I was cooking maybe a lot, I probably would use a lot. But right now, it's just a little bit. And I'll take this onion and I'm going to sit it on the side. In another bowl until I'm ready to put it in with my beef. Okay. Now I'm going to cut up my bell pepper. So how was everyone's day? Today here in the Washington, D.C. area, our weather was quite nice. It's about 80 degrees outside. And so we have an air conditioning on. So if you hear something in the background, it may be my air conditioning. It might pop on and off. So I'm gonna cut my peppers, and I'm gonna actually see what size I'm cutting them. My strips and my peppers, and I'm gonna just add them with my onion, because once I add my beef and it cooks almost done, then I'm going to add my pepper and my onion into it. And like I said, it won't take long at all. Actually, I think the longest process is probably the rice, because like I said, I didn't have any rice prepared already, so I had to actually start and prepare that from the beginning, which is not what I normally do, because rice, if cooked too long or in too many processes, can get mushy. Okay, I think that's enough peppers. I'll save this for another dish. If you want, sometimes you can put more pepper, more onions. It's according to you. You know, you kind of season your food the way that you like it. I think my pan is hot enough now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my meat to my pan. Yeah, when you hear that sizzle, that usually means the pan is nice and hot. And you can smell that 5-tiny spice that I have with it. But pretty much, I think I lost a piece of beef. Okay. Just a little piece. I'll get that later. Okay. So you see, it's not taking my beef a long time to brown, because I don't like my beef to be tough. I like it to be pretty tender, so these are really thin pieces of beef. And it's cooked on a medium-high heat, so it doesn't take long at all. And you see it's creating a nice moisture and some juice in my pan from the beef. Okay. So now that it's almost well done, what I'm gonna do, because I don't want it to cook too well done, I'm gonna take it out. Put it back in this bowl here. Hey y'all, just want to let you know, since I've been in here cooking and not paying attention, I got like my daughter came over, one of my girlfriends over, I'm not sure if my niece is over here, but my grandbaby and everybody. So, how y'all doing?
My bad. I walked in and didn't know you was recording.
Right, so that's why we kept quiet. Because you was doing your thing.
Yeah, today I just decided to come home and, like, cook something. So as you can see, I didn't cook it didn't take a long time to cook this beef. I'm gonna add a little oil to this pan. Let it get a little warmer. Not much, just enough so it won't stick. Whew. So how your day been, Lisa?
Fine.
Good, good,
I
good.
brought Kiwi some shoes. Now someone come up and surprise you.
Oh, okay, cool, cool. That,
For a minute, because I had Glenn at Buddy house. If I ain't had Buddy, you know I stayed.
I
And
told
chill.
I always let my audience know. My friends always come by and pay me a visit, and
Yeah.
I don't mind at all. So let me take a look at this rice. Let you see it. You can see the water is actually cooking down. It's always best not to bother your rice that much while it's cooking, because you let the steam out and it has to build back up. So I just wanted to see where I am in the process, and I'll just keep that rice cooking over there. Whew. And now that I got my pan is a little warm now, I'm going to add my peppers and my onions. My grandbaby went swimming today. We took him to the beach over the weekend, and he got in the pool, and he liked the pool. So my daughter has been, I guess, capitalizing on that and taking him swimming so that he can continue to be used to the water. So I have my peppers and my onions in my pan. And what I'm going to do here is I'll add a little soy sauce to it. Not a lot, just a little. Once they start to caramelize a little bit, I'll add my steaks back to the pan. And